Welcome to the Ladies Talk Show. This is your host, Leah Richeimer. Thank you so much for joining us. So the question is, if before you sort of status quo, he didn't call me for 3 days, okay, fine, and then you realize that maybe that isn't the best situation, now you're upset. Whereas if you didn't have that information, you wouldn't be upset. So does everyone remember what we did with the wants and the needs list? Remember? We wrote down everything that we need, everything we want. We made this huge chart of everything, and then we went back and crossed out all the wants and got down to try and figure out what our real needs are, right? We thought we wanted flowers every week because everybody else gets them, and really what we need is when he comes home, he doesn't go right on the computer and goes right to his email. He comes and says hello to us first, right? Knowing your own needs, very, very crucial. Now, when we made that list, the questions came up from women. They said, hey, wait a second. I'm sitting here writing down all these wants. I never even thought of them before. I'm writing down what I wished he would, buy me a Maserati or have a beautiful dress and take me to Hawaii, whatever it is. What we discovered there is that it's actually in your head, all of these fantasies. They've been floating there since you were a little girl, playing with your little dolls and saying, this is what my husband's going to do for me, right? All these expectations and all these wishes and dreams and hopes are here. And now you get delivered this man who isn't coming close to delivering all your fantasies, right? And even if he delivered all of them, as we talked about, wants never end and you just think up new ones, right? So going after your wants is where the sadness of life comes in. It's understanding what your needs are, getting them satisfied, saying thank you, and then you're content. Now for this, where you're, okay, I'm fine, he doesn't call for 3 days, I'm really fine with it, I've adapted, I've been doing it for 10 years, I'm fine. And then you realize, when you start to look inside, that you really aren't fine. Is that a new problem that was created by understanding yourself better? Or is that something that was already there, always there, and maybe it was really, really interfering with your closeness with your husband, but because you didn't know your own needs. Women never know their own yet. And if they know them, they ignore them or brush them to the side. We're not very good at taking care of ourselves. But once you see that need, and it's real, now if it's made up, if you're saying, oh, so-and-so wife calls, husband calls her, you should call me, that's not so good. But if you're doing it because you realize, sometimes I go to bed and I feel like, you didn't call? This is a new need in mine. Now, in future chapters, we're going to talk about how to tell him, listen, I know for 10 years I haven't cared less, but suddenly I realized that means a lot to me. So if you say it in a very demanding way or in a putting down way or whatever, not so good. So if you say it in a way that is conducive to them listening to you, that's one thing. So we're going to get into how to say it, but to answer your question, it's very, very crucial for us to start. You will discover in this class what your deeper needs are. And and then hopefully you'll be able to drop a lot of the demands you've been making. Once you got some real deep needs met, a lot of the demands we make of our husband, because of course they're a vending machine, you just press the button and they should provide, once you get those taken care of, once you get those understood, you get them taken care of.